I sent him a text message.
You sent him a text?
He hasn't responded yet.
I had one phone number for him, and I probably missed him.
That's okay.
But, yeah, we'll be updating all our contact list. I'm yours because maybe it's new day. I don't know if I have a phone number for you or not.
I'll send it to you right now.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. 'Cause all you guys instead of just.
Which I haven't been getting. I don't know if they told you.
I understand you, and there's another gentleman Honey Mission also has something.
Oh, yeah, okay.
His.
Yeah, I don't know why. Just overnight it's just, yep, sorry, you can't
Yeah.
get it.
And it's like the other members are getting help, but y'all aren't, so we don't know what that.
It said, it says on my phone, it says I need to, basically have the wrong password, username and password. So hopefully we can just reset the username and password.
Have you talked to Terry?
No, I don't remember. I mentioned it to somebody and they said they would fix it, but I've heard from no one. I'll let her.
Mention it to him again. I would do it. The problem is I'm only here Mondays and Wednesdays.
It's not your, that's not your department. No problem.
You're welcome.
I do check this when I'm not here. You'll probably get emails from me that. That's when I've had a chance to check it. I mean, if it's not a Monday or Wednesday.
Okay.
But feel free, to check. It's okay.
Oh, I'm sure he is. He said he'd be late, so.
Yeah, he did.
He said to get started without him when I talked to him earlier, but
And we wouldn't
you
have.
can't.
And Ken did respond. I just don't have a phone number. And I'm sure this phone goes.
That's all right. We will.
Yeah, we have this.
That's fine. We will hang out and we will wait for Connor.
Well,
I know he's going
didn't
to
have
show.
anything scheduled for this week.
What's that?
I didn't have anything scheduled.
That's How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Excellent.
We have
Okay.
I have one kid
Hello.
starting to drive, so he has driving here.
Oh, that's exciting.
And you can't drive all the other kids. They don't want to drive with him then, so.
I understand.
Not bad. Youngest is one of the 3 of them.
They just speak the truth when they're that age. That's all it is. You're right, exactly.
That was just a little
How are you two tonight?
Good.
Good. They both look like some great improvements. Both projects. They look like some great improvements. That's good. No,
I hope he's not texting and driving.
no, I hope not.
It actually would be a bad sign for him.
That's true. I,
Carefully driving.
we're gonna assume.
They email you the minutes.
My email's not working.
That's right. Did you happen to get an email with the minutes
Like a week ago.
like a week or so ago?
Yes, and I read them,
Good.
and they looked very good.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, we had this wonderful person here named Danielle. I understand it's not going to be here forever, but we really working hard on the minutes.
Good.
But I just remembered I did double check to be sure that they were sent out. Even though I felt like they had because she always does what we ask her. Got them. I think they was kind of.
Yes.
I just don't know where they're located on the drive. I like to have you go and have printed copies even though you get.
Mhm.
I just don't.
They're in my inbox.
They're in your inbox.
You think if you opened yours, they weren't sent to you? Do you want me to forward it to you?
You mind if you forward it to me, then I
Sure.
can print it out. That'd be awesome. Thank you.
Okay. Let me go back.
That's okay. I'm hoping that she sent them out because if she didn't, I don't know where. I just don't know where they are.
Oh, you're right. Hold on one second. Okay, I found them. It's November 16th, November 28th, and October 19th.
Yes.
Okay.
It says attendance. I'll go ahead and print those.
Okay.
Okay, I just sent them.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You write you back, Robert?
must have gotten tied up with work.
Well, he said he'd be coming from someplace in Maryland.
Oh,
I don't
you
know
might
what-
be stuck on the Beltway.
But he said he didn't think he'd be very late, as if late.
Right, that's what he told me too.
That's what he said.
So something unexpected definitely happened.
Yeah, so.
He's definitely reliable.
Is this your copy?
Yeah.
Just put that there. I just put these there and totally blanked out on them.
Yeah.
Okay. One, two, and. I'm not sure what to do. I've been having really bad forms lately. The BCA hasn't had a quorum yet, and I've got applications that are coming, and I was trying to train them before we got here, if you know what I mean.
Right. BZA doesn't meet you. Oh, yeah, they don't meet
As
you.
necessary, but they need to meet to adopt a calendar, they haven't. So there was never gonna be
I remember,
update them on things.
I remember being on the PCA for a short period of time.
Did you? We might need you back.
And it was interesting. What you're saying is very, it's a good idea. You need to kiss.
I need to get them on and make sure they know what it is.
Because we were thrown into it, like,
Yeah.
oh. You're right.
It's a quasi judicial body. So
It
it's
is.
important that we not
That's right.
have twice to have a meeting.
Yeah, you are on the right, you're on the right page.
Welcome. normally we have.
I'm not sure what was going on this. So, I'm trying to figure, well, when we're adopting the new zoning ordinance. Trying to extend the preparation time since there's a lot more time.
Mm-hmm.
I think they've been just kind of going the week before and getting everything in and stuff.
Mm-mm.
If we can get it to you 2 weeks ahead of time, that would be my goal. That much time to prepare.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Right now, our deadline is like 2 weeks.
Yeah. I think when I first moved here, when I visited the office, I think they said it had to be turned in, I think, a month before
Really?
the ARB
That would be
meeting.
great.
So
That'd
that's
be
what
great.
we've done.
That would be great. It's not that now. When
Yeah.
I first got here, it was literally the week before. So the
Mm-mm.
applications had to be in. And so
No.
That just get anybody time for anything. I pushed it back 2 weeks and I got it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I appreciate. No, it's okay. I understand. It's okay. I understand. We were thinking that Connor would be here because he had said he'd be late. 7:30 is good.
Yeah, well,
Thank you for coming. We haven't
Sorry,
done
folks.
anything other than chat.
Did you bring cookies? Just kidding.
I should have.
All right. Welcome.
Okay. Yep, let's call this meeting to order then. Roll call, please.
Yes. Juan Cavazos,
Here.
Here.
Robert Day.
Here.
Okay. I guess now the meeting's been called, citizens' time. If we have any citizens that want to speak outside of the COAs that they want to discuss. Okay.
There was one amendment, Mr. Chairman. We did get some minutes to you all. I don't know if anybody's had any chance to take a look at them. They are in front of you. If you want to put that off until next time, that's fine. It's not on the agenda because I didn't know they were going to be prepared, but it's up to you.
Okay. Yeah, I'd like to put this in the agenda, but I would like to put it later on so we can keep these poor folks who've been waiting for me for a half hour.
Sounds good?
Okay. So we'll put that right after the certificate of appropriateness. Okay. Do we need to have a vote on that amendment? Okay. Then we'll move directly on to certificate of appropriateness. First one we have up
Hang on.
is the signature company signs.
Okay, the first application, of course, is for Signature Companies, which is the kitchen company that's down on Highway 15, 6612 James Madison Highway. You've reviewed this before. Their facade, as previously approved, it was a rather plain-looking facade. They have added some elements and dressed up the exterior quite a bit, and they'd like you to take another look at it with those changes. In front of you, you have some printed materials that are in addition to what we emailed you guys a couple of weeks ago. You have a lighting fixture that is different from what they had shown in this application. It's a little dressier, but the location is not changed, as I'm understanding. And you have the brick, and I think this is, forgot what piece this is. This is the grout, okay, the mortar, and then this is the capstones, is that what it is? Keystones? Okay.
Keystones.
And I can bring it up here, and then one of you guys can make a presentation of both or whatever.
think it's more yellow.
The one to the left?
I think so. All that stuff is kind of based on the Chick-fil-A. Kind of improvement for us. That's kind of what we based our selection on.
Yeah, so originally we were talking about matching the Chick-fil-A, which is what was approved. The minor change is the keystones were going to be brick, and this is what would have matched the brick at the Chick-fil-A previously.
Correct.
So we're going to change it to that precast cement stone keystone. And I believe it's going to be the one on the right is the one that we want to use.
Okay.
We just move so close.
Yeah. So if you guys are looking at the actual plans that are the 11 by 17s, the first page is the original one that is what our building looks like now, what we came in with. The second page is the approved elevation that shows those changes to the brick and then the change in the brick for the keystone accents. And then if you look at the third page, that's the proposed one with the additional detail that we're talking about today.
I don't think we have those pages.
Yeah, all I have are the adjustments from the previous,
Are you talking about these?
I have copies if you guys want.
Yeah, we don't have that.
The current elevation, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what it's on.
Let me here. Go ahead and take that one.
So, like I said, the first time that we were in here, that first page is what our building looks like currently. The second one is what was approved, I believe, in September. And then the third page is what we are proposing to change. So when we were in here previously, it was pretty plain. And then you guys had asked if we did make any revisions that we'd come back and present them to you guys again. So that's where we're at today.
You'll want to note, too, that they are also adding a sign to the building, and the application for the sign is in the packet as well, the printed copy. The larger box should include that. I'm sorry, I thought that I had made extra copies of
here it is right here. No. What I have shown here, it looks like it's just a lettering on top of the brick. Is that what it is, or is
Correct, above the window.
Yes, and you guys don't have copies of these large sheets?
no, not in our
I don't
packet?
know what I did with my copies then, because I'm on there.
At least the three of you don't have them though, so.
I
What color is the sign?
The sign is going to be black or the oxidized bronze. It's going to match the rest of the storefront, the windows, the trim that's going to go across the building.
Okay.
The canopy is going to be the same color. I know you have a photograph of a canopy that has some red in it. That's not, the shape is what we're looking at, not the color.
Correct.
All of the metal is supposed to be the very dark oxidized bronze. It looks black.
Right.
I love everything except for the canopy. I'm not sure because it looks kind of modern, kind of industrial. And I looked through like Chick-fil-A's front, CVS, where Foster's is, Winterham, and there's really nothing that looks like that. And my other concern is with future businesses coming in like Lidl's, that this might be more modern than what we usually are striving to protect.
Well,
they don't have one. It's just like straight down.
Yeah, and this picture of Epic Burger, this is how the canopy's going to be, or?
It's going to be a straight run. It's that same idea. The company Mapes that produces and sells these, that was their closest example, along with the plans that they could send that matched up together. So the color-wise, it's not going to be like that. It's going to be that oxidized bronze. It's going to be that darker color. That's going to match everything else.
Yeah. The canopy is, it's not as open as what is already up where Cupcake Heaven is. There is a canopy out there. It's kind of got the flat face on it, but of course it's not covered inside like this is.
The one that's above the seating outside.
Yeah. You also have some type of elements that are similar to this within that townhouse structure as well. But like I said, it doesn't have any type of direct canopy look to it. But the architectural style is still kind of there.
Okay.
Yeah, it does look a little bit industrial, but if you do you know where this location is?
I do.
You know,
It's an
it
industrial
kind of
park.
is an industrial park, so it kind of flavors into what's going on with the surroundings.
Okay.
So, for me, at least, in my opinion, I can kind of see that it would kind of blend in okay. But I mean, I don't know how you
and
feel about it.
That's kind of my feeling. And again, where it's located in the industrial park, it's just my opinion.
Fine.
And the Mapes is a quality material.
Yeah.
I'm familiar with it. So, yeah.
But like I said, I do see some of those elements when you get closer into town. The question is how predominant it will be, and at least from these drawings here, at least looking at the scales, it doesn't look like it would be too predominant with the building. But you know, so it's not like we'd be making any exceptions. So we can still, if Lidl's comes with something that's totally more modern in architecture, I don't think they could really throw this in as an arguing factor.
Okay.
But I do understand your concerns. I like the improvements that you're going to be putting into this. It definitely gives a better street view.
It's much needed at this point.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Hopefully, VDOT's not going to destroy any of your area there with
you know what that turnaround, it looks like we're going to be okay, and it actually looks like it's going to be an improvement to getting into where our office is located as far as the number of accidents. I mean, I don't know if you guys have been on 15 lately, but they have that sign up right now that says high accident area.
Yeah.
We've actually had multiple employees get rear-ended waiting to turn into there. So I think it's actually a huge improvement for us as far as that road goes.
Yeah, I think it would be good. Does anybody have any other questions, or?
Everything looks great.
Okay, I guess we'll put it up to vote. All in favor, say aye. Aye. And all opposed?
I think I should have said aye because I do approve after hearing. So I'll say aye for approving.
So 3 ayes
So we
then.
have 3 ayes here.
3 ayes and 2 absent.
So it looks like you're good to go.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, I love
Thanks for coming out and
Thank you, appreciate it.
grinning and bearing my tardiness.
No, that's okay.
You'll be getting an email, a scanned copy of the approval. It's adequate. If you want a written one, we can mail it to you as well. It'll just take longer. It'll come to you probably next Wednesday.
Okay.
Because I'm not going to, we're not here obviously on Monday. It'll be next Wednesday, but I'll email that to you.
Okay, I'm going to attach, I guess, this one with my packet for
Then
you, Susanna.
read a plaster building permit.
We already have a building.
You already have the building permit? How did you get the building permit? You,
Well, because we were originally approved from the first time.
oh, I see what you're saying.
And then we
Okay,
just asked
so
to come
you're,
back with
you're
the
just gonna
original.
need to alter it as well. Okay, you're fine then. What do you need back from me?
Um,
I'm gonna send you,
I dropped the folder.
oh, I don't know about that. I don't know.
Sitting right up there.
Oh,
Sorry.
yes, you did, your examples. Your examples, do you not need those back?
Do we need those samples back? or you good?
I thought that you might, that's why I took pictures.
Cupcake Cabin, they have a grid, it's not really covered.
Did you need this?
I don't.
Oh, okay.
Just need the samples.
I appreciate it.
Okay, thank
Take
you.
care, guys.
You too,
Thank you for your patience, thank you for waiting.
Okay. I guess we can move on to the next COA.
All right, we have, is this even working? We have the application of St. Paul's Episcopal Church, and the Reverend Sean Rousseau is the applicant, for an additional, a patio at the front entrance, and some sidewalk improvements. They'd like to widen their sidewalk. And since the patio is connected to the building, it is under your purview.
Mm.
Do you have any questions? The blue
These are-
stone.
Right, I should give this to you.
The blue stone for the patio is the same color as the blue stone that's in the steps in front of the church, and the brick is the same color as the brick that's in the steps too.
And also another picture that is.
This is in the packet for the locations, just one
Sure.
copy.
Yeah.
So this is a little bit more information about the exact location of the two lights that we looked at.
I don't know if that copied well. I have a page where the lights are. I have another.
Yeah, I just didn't make a copy of it. I thought I'd just submit it like with your building materials.
Sure.
But
Okay.
the other pages,
I
I
see.
think, came out.
And Jerry Brooks with Dominion is the person we've been working with on the lights. So she's our contact.
It's gonna be nice, I think.
Yeah, I gotta read the description real quick. And the sidewalk's just going to be standard concrete, right?
Just standard
Okay.
concrete, yeah.
Just
And a lot
gonna-
of sidewalk that's there is broken or uneven, from section to section. And it's, you can't walk two people on it unless you're, holding on to each other. So we thought wider would be better too while we're at it. Make the sidewalk that's from the front of the church down to the parking area in front of the church, and the sidewalk that's from the main parking lot up to that sidewalk that runs from the front of the church over to the rectory. Those are all really wide and in pretty decent shape, and they're flat and level. So we're not going to touch those.
So to clarify, what you're looking at is the blue stone is for the patio, and then the brick is going to go where?
The patio is all bluestone and along the fringe, the edge.
Okay.
So the brick is like a border along the edge.
Right, and then the sidewalk is just going to be the cement?
Sidewalk's
like
just cement.
Normal cement?
Normal cement. Yeah. No color or anything like that. And we wouldn't, anywhere where the patio's going, we're not going to remove the cement that's already there. We're just going to add to it because there's nothing wrong with the cement that's in front of the church.
Right.
And on the drawing where the church patio is, there's like a little half circle closer to the church. That's where the steps are. So doesn't really show that in the picture, you know, but that's all step. There's concrete around the step, in front of and on the sides. So, and that all gets incorporated into the patio, because the patio just takes it over.
Do you know what size these are? Are these like 2 feet by 4 feet, or 2 by 2, or something of that
I
sort?
think they're that size. That's the brick.
It could be a mixture, you know, when you have a flagstone.
Oh, the bluestone.
Okay, so it's not going to have any set layment pattern. It's just going to be a random pattern.
I thought he said it was going to random pattern. The only thing that's set is the brick.
But they'll be, you know, some,
So we can get you your project.
I'm sorry.
Judy Shaw is the junior warden on the vestry, and she's also the chair of our Buildings and Grounds Committee. So.
but, it's kind of a standard when you make a patio with the, flagstone. You know, you have maybe 2 or 3 different shapes, different sizes, and then you put it together so it looks good.
Like a puzzle.
Yeah, but it'll all be, the bluestone.
Are the bricks going to be a running set, or are they going to be sideways?
It's gonna be
Sideways, so you get a nice thick one? Okay, do you understand what I'm
Yes.
asking? Okay.
It should look good because it blends in with the steps. The steps themselves are the bluestone, but then the
Risers. Yeah. Yeah, I think that'll look nice.
So is the stone being put over the concrete that's there? Is that what you meant?
Yes.
So it'll be covering all of it? Okay,
So they'll add concrete,
sure.
you know, for the rest of the footprint
Got
of the
it.
patio. And then on either side of the patio, directly under the windows, there's the monument, you know, one for the Union soldiers and one for the Confederate. Those will stay exactly where they are.
And then just outside of it, there'll be some bushes of some landscape. But they're not showing.
With the lighting, which, it's got here, type 3 light distribution, type V, 5 distribution, which, I'm not quite sure I'm following that.
I believe there are details about the lights.
In the letter,
Is this what you're looking for?
Yeah, I've got that.
Okay.
But I see a lot of options in that packet.
sure. In the letter, I put what Jerry had offered us.
Okay.
That it's 2 14,000 lumen high pressure sodium colonial style, just like here in town, luminaires, watch lights, except not green, they're black.
Yeah, it's got a type 3 distribution.
That's what I'm looking for.
Is
Thank
that
you.
it?
Thank you. Yeah, that's what I was looking for.
Yeah, page 2 of the letter.
Appreciate that.
That wasn't something that she just sort of, it isn't in the proposal per se listed like that. She just gives all of the options and then verbally tells you this is the project, and then they send you the proposal, but the proposal doesn't really list,
Yeah.
sort of funny, all the details of each lamp.
Yeah, that's helpful. Thank you. Thanks for pointing that out. Okay. All right. Well, I make a motion to accept ZP 2016-036.
I got a motion,
I second the motion.
and I got a second. Any last-minute discussions? Everyone happy? Okay, we'll put it up for a vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
That's 3, straight up.
All right, thank you.
No, thank you.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
We had a lot of hail damage on the roofs back in the summer, and we've had an ongoing conversation with Church Insurance about replacing the roofs on the buildings. And so they had another meeting today. Church Insurance, that's the name of the company, believe it or not, and our contractor. So that's sort of like the second part of the conversation to figure out what to do and how much it's going to cost and how to proceed. Since we'll be replacing all the roofs exactly as they are, like metal or shingle, same color and design and material, we don't need to come to an ARB meeting for something like that, do we?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes, if you're replacing in kind,
Okay.
then there's really nothing to review.
Okay. I thought we were here. I'd ask just to make sure.
That's a good question, though.
Because that's what the insurance company will approve, and
Yes.
that's what we're willing to pay too.
Very good. Yeah,
Great.
absolutely. Thank you.
So that'll probably be happening in the spring too, and all the rest of this.
It's going to look great.
That'll be
That's
good.
good.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you for making it look so beautiful.
Thanks. We're working on it. We're trying.
Yeah.
Looking good.
And,
Big property.
yeah, so you'll get your email on Wednesday too, okay? With your approval and then.
You.
I think that's the only time that we're gonna need, but I'm gonna look all that up and be sure that it'll be on there.
I know it will.
Thank you. Thank you for your
Hey,
patience.
Suzanne, did you need this material, or can this go back with
Well,
them?
that can actually go back with you because I got pictures.
Okay, then we'll take it.
Okay.
I'm trying to document as much as I can with the pictures because of the weight and the volume of
Yeah.
the stuff that's in the file cabinets. We're like, could we just not? Well, we could do something. We could build like a fairy house or something. I don't know, a cat house. I don't know, something for wild animals. Maybe. I don't know. You should see the file cabinet. It's like, I don't know what we're going to do with all that stuff.
Good night.
We're driving home.
Sweet. Okay, well, that was lovely.
Okay, now we have meeting minutes. It'll take a little bit of time for us to go over them since we haven't had a chance to review. So we'll start on this real quick.
I think there's one error that you're gonna want corrected. At the top. Of course, I know you're not a councilman.
That's right. That will need to be corrected. And that's on two of them.
I think it's on all of them, and it's just, I think the way, there's a form that should use this, and,
Yeah, well, you do have me as chair on the
oh, really?
the 28th of November meeting.
Okay, well, good.
And I am as chair on roll call, just the heading of that agenda item.
Absolutely.
Sign these while we wait. Okay, we all set? Okay. We'll go through discussions, like we said. We'll have to put corrections on two of the notes for Councilman Larson on the, on item 1.
And is this in the, are you going to do it?
We're just discussing it right now.
Oh, okay, okay.
And also in meeting notes for the 19th of October, my name, the U and the E flip-flop throughout the document, so sometimes it's spelled correct, sometimes it's not. Those are the only things that I see. Anything else that you guys saw?
Yep, that's fine. We're good.
Okay. So for the first set of meeting notes, we'll, I guess, work with the 19th of October meeting notes first and go through approvals for that. Susanna, do you just want us to put it in the, I guess,
Form of a motion?
the form of a motion?
Motion to
The
approve.
changes
With
within the form of the...
changes? Yes, if you
Okay.
could just, what I have is that we need to check the spelling of your name,
Mhm.
and we need to make sure that in the roll call and the headings that we amend where necessary to say chair rather than councilman.
Yes.
So those are the two main, I guess, groups of corrections, is that right?
Yeah.
Is there anything else?
For the 19th of October meetings, no.
Okay. Else?
Okay. So for a motion for the October 19th meetings, as amended through our discussion,
I make a motion to approve
per the amendments with our discussion.
for the amendments with our discussions.
I got a motion? Second. And I got a second. Anybody want to discuss? No? Good. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, now the 16th of November meetings, all we have is the councilman thing. That would need to be changed. So we'll go through a motion.
I make a motion to approve the notes with the amendments as discussed.
I got a motion
Second.
and a second. Okay, all in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Nope. And last but not least, the 28th November meeting minutes. I see no corrections required in this one.
One more time.
One more time.
The motion to approve the meeting notes for November 28th.
Second.
Okay, you got a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
That wipes that out.
Thank you so much. I do have a couple of things. Actually, there's two things under new business, if now's the appropriate time.
Mhm.
Bring that up. The first thing is to adopt their meeting calendar for 2017, so we can publish that on the website. And there's actually two places on the website that we publish it. We've been meeting on the third Wednesday. If that is to continue, I just need some kind of a motion to do that for 2017.
That would be good. I don't really have is that 2017? That's not 2017.
It's actually 2016.
Yeah, what I'd like to do, though, is look ahead to see if there are any holidays that might interfere
For 2017.
for 2017. There really shouldn't, since it's in the middle of the week, but you never know what'll come up. And
Would you like me just to go quickly look at one and print it for you? Because I can do that. If that would,
I'm
if you
looking
wanna go-
that's fine. I just wanted to confirm it. That way, that gives you the whole year.
Yeah, it sure does.
I'm looking.
Okay.
And we, we can just say right now, we'll go the third Monday or third Wednesday of the month for the next year.
Without any exceptions. I'll be right back.
I don't see any issues. It just. if you wanna-
Yeah, there shouldn't
Here.
be, but I just thought I'd,
No, that's a great, yeah, you're right. Things could have fallen,
like
Different.
July 4th or something would have fell right on it.
Or
This year, it's the
December.
5th, right?
yeah, December, Thanksgiving, but I just skimmed through them, and they look good, but double check me there.
Yeah, like July 4th falls on Tuesday this year. So we won't have to worry about July 4th.
I don't see anything for the third Wednesdays.
Yeah, inauguration's good. What else could there
I skipped
be?
that.
Just
Yep.
trying to think of all this stuff.
Did not think of that one. Yep. But I looked at Thanksgiving. That looked good. At the Christmas, that looks good.
Yeah.
I don't see any conflicts anywhere.
Yep, even if you wanted to cancel Halloween, it's on Tuesday this year, too. I think we're good.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember, pardon me if I'm just being senile, but did we actually motion and second the first one? I don't remember the actual motion and second, but it could be, I just don't remember, it could be a senile moment.
I thought we did.
Then you're fine. If you think we did, then we're good. I'm just making sure.
Realized we just got these in. So this would probably be better, to just take a look at these, because these will have holidays on them.
Yeah, because we kind of did a quick look. Halloween is on Tuesday, 4th of July is on Tuesday.
January the 18th, third Wednesday, of course. Third is the 15th, so the day after Valentine's. March, also Wednesday, the 15th. It is the first Wednesday after daylight savings time. So we have the April 19th, doesn't look interesting at all. Be that week. It's Easter week. So, let's see, we've got the 17th of May. We've got the 21st, which is the first day of summer. We have the 19th in July.
I know that the week of March, that March 15th, I won't be in town.
Okay.
I don't know if that affects anything.
Go ahead and send me an email to that effect, so I can put that on my calendar.
Okay.
So I can make sure that we have quorum as often as I know you won't be there. And any time that happens, if you guys could just,
Mm-hmm.
the 16th in August, September the 20th, which is Rosh Hashanah, October the 18th, which is my brother's birthday, November the 15th, and December the 20th, which is a little better than this year.
Yeah.
So that's what we have.
Yeah,
Nothing
they all
too
look good.
exciting.
Like I said, the major holidays I looked at, we are not even near,
Yeah, nothing too
even if it was on a Wednesday, so
Yeah, I don't see any conflicts.
I don't see anything bad.
That was a good thing then.
And Robert brought up, we did make a motion and a second for the first COA, didn't we? Or did we go right into voting?
I actually don't show any motions.
So I guess we should revisit
So
that.
We should redo that if you don't mind, since we're here. Everything about this meeting's been interesting.
Z016-034.
I second the motion.
Okay, we got a motion and a second,
And we had
and you
the-
have our votes,
Yes,
right?
we do. Yes, we do.
Okay.
Thank you
Just
for
to
that.
make it
Thank you
official.
for checking that. I happened to think about that right about the time you started talking. Good. But yeah, okay. So
Okay.
no holidays on the third Wednesdays in 2017, as far as we can see.
I motion to accept, if it needs to be a motion, all Wednesdays in 2017 for a meeting in the ARB,
I second the motion.
Okay, I got a motion and a second for the
third Wednesday of every month meeting.
ARB meeting calendars for 2017. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Okay, ayes, 3. Okay, I have what I hope is a little bit of an interesting exercise. I hope it won't take very long at all. I just want an opinion based on your, I don't know if you've heard about this thing that's been going on the eastern side of town for many months, many years, actually. I think they're in their 7th iteration. And the Planning Commission saw a presentation at their meeting on the 7th this month about the whole development. I found out today from the planner at the county level that they had revised their design guidelines to reflect what the developer saw as things that looked more like the town of Haymarket. And that was at the county planner's suggestion, because apparently what they had before didn't look too much like Haymarket. Okay. I'd love just a quick and dirty opinion on whether they've met that or not. And it's just in a kind of, it's not really off the record. And if you all feel like you don't want to offer an opinion, I'm specifically looking for buildings. I'm not looking really for, they did actually match the streetscape elements that we have. Streetscape elements, they're going to basically do the same lights in this little development over here. But the buildings, and they've mimicked some of our landscaping regs, which is nice, but the buildings themselves, I would just like your opinion as to whether or not this looks like it would work in the town. Now, they're not in the town, but they're supposedly going to try to look like what they think you all would approve.
Now, what parcel of land is this?
This is directly adjacent to QBE. It's, gosh, I'll tell you exactly where it is. I have a map. Sorry, I almost forgot. So here it is, it's John Marshall Commons. This is Piedmont Plaza here, existing. This is the one where they want to put a roundabout in front.
Correct.
It's like two halves of a clamshell. They've got a product over here, and they've got a product over here. It's all townhouses and what they call back-to-backs.
Mm-hmm.
It's in Northern Virginia.
Where is that roundabout located? I'm
It
still
is
not sure what
at
we're
the
talking
entrance,
about.
Actually, there'll be a redesigned entrance to Piedmont Plaza.
With the emergency
They will have
care and
parcel
Pizza Hut.
connectivity here.
Okay.
There's, I think, an office development here, so there'll be a new street here, a new street here. We have a multitude of comments about the traffic impacts.
Yeah.
I love some design comments that are other than just mine. The planning commission did not speak to design. I guess it's really not their purview.
Is this next to the townhouses that are existing?
This actually belongs to the Gossams here, Janet. These actually look like smaller parcels here. There's a farm pond that they're incorporating. This is QBE right here. I mean, this is literally right at the town's borders.
That's where Pizza Hut and all of that is.
No.
No,
This
What
is
is
the school.
QBE?
That's
This is
the
school.
old Pace West building.
That's the school that's there. There's,
Next to
Like the
Cookies and
little-
Cream?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So this will be directly adjacent to that
Oh
school.
my gosh.
Yeah.
All of that building.
So this is the Pizza Hut and the emergency care.
Okay.
This is
And so they're
the
building
Cookies and
all of
Cream
that
and
behind
the
it.
baseball field. And
Yes.
so all this is behind. Now the townhouse, this is
That's
Alexander's
Alexander's
Keep
Keep.
is right here, so that's not part of it,
No, but it goes right up to it.
but right up to it.
So that's going to be all new.
So will this road connect with the end
It
of
actually
Alexander's
won't.
Keep?
It actually won't.
Okay.
It's a very strange situation. The road will go right up to the property line, but Alexander's Keep is not interested in connecting. There's no mechanism to make them connect.
Right.
So it'll just sit there.
They probably don't want anybody driving by their
That's right.
homes
Private road.
constantly.
It was a
I
private
would-
road. It was actually parking lot.
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
would do the same thing if I were them.
yeah.
Well, I don't know why the county's making it go right up to the property line, but apparently the county's making it go right up to the property line with their road. Although, I think Collie had asked them to stop the paving here and just stub it out here, not, that the easement will go all the way to the property.
I personally don't think that those are going to work, to be honest with you.
I've not seen anything in Haymarket that looks like
No,
that. I'm
those
not sure
look
where they're getting that.
Very
Can I
familiar
just say that
to
out loud?
the architecture that I
What do,
had in Florida, which
Well,
is like a lot.
what are we talking about here?
Here's what they look like. If you look at those, they look like the business complex
There's two across the street.
across the street, and also the townhouses that are
Right.
right here.
In
And the
other words,
townhouses are
it's
the
not
drive
the-
back over here as well.
Yeah. In other
If
words,
you know what I'm
development
talking
that's
about.
outside the town, not
Yeah.
in the town.
By the post office.
Yeah, this is.
Yeah, this is outside of our purview anyways.
Oh.
We can influence
We've
it
been
because
asked
we got
to
a mile stretch. We
Right.
need to comment on a mile stretch
We've been
outside of
asked
us.
to comment by the county planner, because the county planner specifically said we'd like to, they had to amend their comp plan to accommodate this, they had to jump through some hoops, and one of the hoops that is, okay, we had to amend the comp plan so it's more of a village neighborhood thing now.
Yeah.
Let's make it look like a village
How many-
neighborhood that's right there next to the village neighborhoods that you are joining.
How many units do we have here?
107 on one side and 108 on the other.
Yeah, and to tell you the truth, to me, there's not a good enough variation here for that many units to be placed. It'll look like it was a cookie stamp.
Well, it's not just that. They do have a very strangely articulated, probably leading you all the way to my opinion.
You know, this shows a little bit better
The back-to-backs
texture of
are
colors and,
slightly different, but it's almost like, what is the unifying element here? I don't know, it's almost too much. This
It's
is
all
enough, that's
scrambled.
almost too much
Yeah.
to me. But
well, I would definitely like to see more materials and colors, but you're correct, there's, at least with this here, there's not any type of consistency of design elements whatsoever. Here, at least, the consistency is the color and the material, but
Then it's
boy, I'll tell you what,
almost too much of the same.
when you crap out 170-something units,
That's a lot.
yeah. I mean, all you need to do is right across from Tyler.
Yes.
That's what this is. Go in there and just look at that neighborhood. That's what this would be.
And that's what that, but those I feel like have a lot more variation,
Yeah.
don't they? Than what this picture is.
There are a few other elements. I mean, they do have some faux windows in there
Yeah.
that look like a window when it's not really a window.
I feel like there's more colors being used.
Yeah.
I had thought to offer them our palette.
I think that's a great idea.
And the fact that, we do stress things like brick and natural stone and wood and things like that in our guidelines. If they truly wanted to look like the town, it's in our guidelines, and we have a palette.
I think
So I
we
had
should
thought to
share
at
with
least
that with
offer
them.
that to them.
I
This
love
is-
the lamps, but I
lamps
think
are
that
our
the
lamps.
colors and the different textures and all of that would help a lot that we have.
Yeah, I mean, if you truly want to get a feel for what this would look like, go up to the complex that's right across from Tyler and walk in there and take a quick look. And like you said, I think there are still a few extra design elements there that aren't being shown or displayed here. But yeah, I guess the first steps are to actually give them our guidelines. and say,
Right.
this is what we usually put out there.
Right,
Try and meet this.
right. I'm just not sure where in the town. Supposedly, they went to the town, they looked to see what we had, and they were like, okay, well, this is what you mean. And I'm afraid they went to someplace that's not in the town, because I don't know where that could be, that picture.
Yeah, well, they at least this picture, this is something that was pre-built, so this probably isn't the true impression of what, even though it is. But, you go through town, you see, we do have tin roofs, but they're not all the same color. We did try to mix up some colors, even though we had a lot of objection from some of the town residents, that we went away from a black roof and we put some, what they would consider Key West style colors in there, right? With a blue roof and the terracotta, there we go, terracotta roof. But we did try to mix it up a little bit. And I'm sure that's what they're probably trying to do here. Maybe we can't see it, but there are still very few elements here that are really mixing it up, besides maybe brick and stone, as opposed to all stone.
Mm-hmm.
You can see that, right, Robert?
Yeah, thank you, yeah.
I'm just taking some notes here based on what you all said. I'm going to just give them, some brief comments on the design,
I mean, this is
Thank you
next to
Do you want to
Jonathan's Keep, right? Is that the townhouse?
Alexander's
Keep.
Keep.
It's next to Alexander's Keep. We've got to make sure that those two styles don't conflict with each other.
Very true. So we should tell them just to take a look at Alexander's Keep, maybe.
Yeah. We're not looking for the same design as Alexander's Keep. We'd like to see variation, but
But
we don't want.
compatible.
Yeah, we don't want anything that's extremely different. So that they definitely don't have a blending.
Well, one of my thoughts was, with a roundabout there, we will have some traffic calming. And
Yes.
however they end up working out the entrances, the roundabout seems to be what VDOT wants. So we don't really have a problem with the roundabout. It will slow down the traffic coming in from the east to our speed limit, which is 25 miles an hour.
Exactly.
Which we're having trouble getting. I mean, there's a lot of speeding tickets out there written right now. And there's wrecks on Washington Street. So hopefully this will help with that. But it's going to, so with the traffic calming, with the slowing down, people are going to start, passengers are going to start noticing, and they're going to think they're in the town before they're in the town. They're going to think that the roundabout is actually the town. And it would be nice if also architecturally, at least on one side of the roundabout, that they saw elements that they would see in the town. It's like a gateway.
Yes.
even. And the roundabout will not have anything in it but grass. It's just going to be grass. That's the recommended thing, as far as maintenance goes and other things. But there's, I appreciate your input.
Did we really help much?
You did.
Okay.
You confirmed my thoughts. Because I had an opinion, but it was just not quite. I can't imagine bringing that to you all, in all seriousness, and saying, would you like to approve it? I couldn't find a lot that matched up with our guidelines.
Yeah, the tough argument we have, since we don't have any control, is look across the street. You got the residential complex there. You got the condominium business complexes
True,
that
that's
are right
already
by
there.
the church. They all blend in right with this design. But
But if their
you
goal
can only
is to
spit
look
so
like the
much
town-
out into the landscape in one area to where it just looks like
everything.
it looks like one unit. There's no
Well, if the county
variation.
planner had recommended that they come to us, which he did, and look at what we have and what would be approvable under our stuff, it doesn't look like they did that to me. It looks like they need to look at it a little more closely, and so I thought, I'll just send it to them. They didn't ask for it, but I'll send it to them with the palette and some comments along the lines that it needs maybe a little more articulation, a little more varied texture, some brick, some stone.
So those homes that are on the road right now, are those still going to be there?
Yeah, I'm not seeing changes to existing structures.
Okay, so it's just behind.
It's behind there, but there are 4 large townhouse buildings that will be right on 55. And these will be some of the most intense. And we were thinking out loud, the county planner and I, nice if these 4 that are going to be directly visible and near their entrance, at least a little more closely reflected the style of Haymarket. If they want to make these back here that are further off the road and not really visible from 55, more of that stuff, wouldn't be quite as animated. But at least these close to 55 are visible, and they could be a little more red brick, the stuff that we like to see here.
Now Land Bay A, you can already see proposed leads into that area with the, I'm assuming the only reason that's not going to be developed is because the present owners didn't want to sell, or what is that property? Yeah.
I don't know what the status, this is the only one I don't know anything about, and I haven't gotten a good answer on. This is not going to be redeveloped, but their entrances are going to be slightly reconfigured to accommodate this residential back here.
Yeah, because Land Bay A, I don't know if you guys are familiar enough with it. I think that's where the 4Rs used to be.
The what?
The 4Rs, the child daycare place that's now in front, right across from my house.
Oh, okay.
I think they used to be right in there. So there's a small house.
Yeah, there is no, that area right now that's been submitted. It's really just for the residential component,
Yeah.
which are here.
Yeah, as far as the townhouse goes, what we're talking about, I'd just be honest with you, I'm perfectly fine with what they're doing. If they want to do it that way, or whatever, however they're doing it, like I'm looking at it on there, I'm perfectly fine with it.
Yeah.
If that's what they want to do, yeah.
Well, you got pictures
It's not-
here.
It's not technically in the town of Haymarket, and like you say, it does blend in with across the street. It's, I've got no objection to what they're doing. If they want to change it, that's great. If they don't, and leave it like that, Personally, I have no
Right. Now,
negative comment on it.
now, I haven't read the packet. I'm just looking at the pictures that we have here. These two pages look like they're pictures of existing complexes. And then looking at this, this probably is like the suggested route that they're going to go. At least you can see these don't have any shutters. They at least tried to throw some shutters in here. So they did try to do something, and plus you can see a more variation of colors.
This is in the back-to-backs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm comfortable with all that.
Yeah, the back-to-backs to me are not quite as boring,
Yeah.
but I know everyone probably sees things differently. So, and again, they asked for our opinion. So.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, but I personally am comfortable with it.
I think
but
they'd
again,
like
it's
to market it
whatever
as
you guys-
as something that's in keeping with the town. I think that's where they're going.
And my opinion is that I think we should definitely give them the color book, and I think more variation would be good, because I do think that if it has more variation, I think it'll be a lot more pleasing on the eye than if it's all just the one color palette, which is super, super neutral and light, which to me isn't as much Haymarket. To me, Haymarket is brick, wood, more natural stone and traditional. So,
And if they want to mix it up, this area is going to be like this, and this area is going to be like that.
But I see mixing on there. Maybe I'm missing something, but on the one we're talking about, unless I'm missing something, I see, we're talking about this one right here, right?
Well, those are for the back-to-back.
Those are the ones we don't have quite as much of a problem with.
Right. So
Exactly.
they want it to be just like this?
There are 2 products. There's 2 products. That's one of them, and the other one is the back-to-backs. townhouses look like the light colored thing that you have in your hand, and the back-to-backs look like the more articulated with the other colors. But both of those products are proposed for that development.
Yeah,
And that's okay, you're allowed to.
I know what you're saying. Variance is good, but I think I don't know. It looks pretty good. It looks for a townhouse community. It looks pretty nice. But so variance is great, but I got no objection. If you want my 2 cents worth, that's my 2 cents.
Well, that's fine. I can certainly say,
But variance is good too. So
there was a mixture of opinion.
there you go.
Some were okay with it, but
Yeah, variance is good too. I mean, again, if it was dead center in town, or if it's in Haymarket whatsoever, I guess I would look a little more closely at it. But I get that. But it's not in
because
Haymarket.
it's outside the town. That's what I'm hearing you say.
That's really the issue.
Because
for
it's
me.
outside the town, you don't have quite as big of a problem with it.
There you go.
But if they're going to market it as being just like being in the town of Haymarket, which is what I'm hearing them doing.
Oh, is that what they're doing?
I have a feeling that anything over this way
Because it's going to be
is
enforced.
what people think of as Haymarket.
Right.
I mean,
Once
they
they-
don't know the official
That's
line.
right.
I mean, if they
Once
come
get to that
over,
roundabout, they
yeah,
think they're in the town.
But that's-
even coming from Target.
But most of it's across the
You
street
know.
from the post office, right?
Hmm.
That's where the post office is, generally speaking. Where the Pizza Hut, the post office. That's what we're talking about. So-
It's not like officially Haymarket, but people
But
think
people
that
think-
this is Haymarket.
Listen, people 5 miles north of here
Yeah.
think they're in Haymarket. So
That's
I mean,
right,
Yeah.
off the Log Cabin Road. They think, because it's a mailing address, so
Yeah.
they're in Haymarket. So
yeah, and they think we have people. We'd have a full board. We'd have fully stocked boards if we could, if we could count the zip code. I can't tell you how many conversations I've had with people that just are not within the town, but they're in the zip code, and they want to serve on a board or something.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, but we would come. I'm like, I'm sure you'd be great, but I can't legally. It has to be a resident. So I mean, we could talk about expanding our borders.
that's right.
Yeah, there you go.
More revenue.
I like that idea.
Yeah, but I appreciate your input very much. That's really all I have.
Can we also add to next meeting's minutes that we discuss the entrance signs, or take a look at them
Yeah.
for next meeting?
Yeah, let's
In
definitely.
other words, on the agenda for next meeting, you'd like to talk about.
Yes,
the
I'm
entrance
sorry,
sign?
that's what I meant. Yes, the agenda.
Okay, I will be happy to do that.
And also, just so that we're reminded, I guess with the call to order, if you could put in there Pledge of Allegiance.
All that good stuff.
Yeah,
I
because we
did
did
not have it
agree
on
to
the
the Pledge
agenda.
of Allegiance, and yet
Normally
we haven't
we
done it
do.
yet, so.
Normally we do. This is a truncated agenda, and the reason is because I'm still struggling with the software that makes your normal agendas, and all that stuff is automatically populated in those agendas, like for town council and all that stuff. And it's a bear. I've had 3 45-minute sessions, and the gentleman's out in California, but I'm pretty sure he's from the Bronx. He talks really fast, and it's hard for me to understand him. And Denise and I are struggling with the software, which is why you're still getting these really plain-looking ones without
Okay.
all the attachments and stuff. It's just, whoever was doing them prior to, when Marchant was doing it was, it was a good thing. So I will get there. I guess I could print out an old one and kind of go by that, just make sure everything's on there. That
Yeah.
normally was.
Well, as long as the board could remind me, because I always forget that part, and since we did agree to start it with Connor,
The signs.
the
Pledge
Pledge
of
of
Allegiance.
Allegiance.
Oh, right, yeah. Sorry.
I'll remind you.
Okay, that'd be
And
good.
the signs, definitely need to, like you said, we need to work on the signs. So if we can push ahead next
Yeah.
January. that'd be-
So
You
that
will
doesn't
have,
stagnate again.
I have an imminent application. The Dogs Day Out will be coming forward. We met today. They're going to submit everything that they need for their building. So you'll be looking at that in January, more than likely.
Okay.
And they're the first floor of a
Dog's Day Out is a new building.
new building,
It's going to
okay.
go right, if you stand in our parking lot and look straight ahead through that, like across the parking lot, and then there's a vacant parcel on, is that Fayette
That's
Street?
Fayette.
Fayette, yeah. It's that location. That's where that building will go.
Okay.
Where?
On Fayette Street, behind, there's like a vacant
Right.
parcel on Fayette.
Yeah, right behind Exit Realty on the corner of
I can
Fayette
go
and
get
55.
Oh, okay.
I can go get a map if you want me to show you exactly what parcel.
Behind Exit Realty.
Yeah, that big
Okay.
commercial building, it's behind
Got
that
it.
one.
Oh,
It'll front on
okay, so
Fayette.
then behind the Remax building.
Got it.
Yeah,
I was thinking it was the-
Giuseppe's, I think, is in there. Aren't they, or are they?
Giuseppe's is next to
Is
the,
it down further?
And what is Dog's Day Out? Is it a,
Dog's Day Out is like a doggy daycare.
okay.
They, however, will have a 24-hour on-site caretaker because they will have the option for a certain number of dogs to stay overnight. It's not going to be like a boarding kennel where they should be full of dogs all the time. There was some restrictions on
right.
that.
Now, will this be all indoor, or will they have,
They will have an outdoor play
Outdoor.
area that is completely fenced with completely solid fencing. It's going to be on the side that fronts toward the commercial side rather than toward the residential side.
right, but any I guess, stays will be inside for overnight stays?
Yeah, they have several rooms inside the building, and they're going to be baffled and, for noise. All of the windows are up high, so they'll get light, but hopefully the sound would not carry because of the location of the windows and the baffles and things. Yeah, but you'll
Okay.
get that building and.
So it sounds like it's behind the Remax and not the Exit, because I know there's a parcel behind Exit Realty, too.
Okay.
I should probably get the map just to be sure, if you
Okay.
want. Let me see. Hang on just a second.
Yeah, my only scare would be if there were like outside runs, that they would pin the dogs in overnight, and next thing you know, neighbors are complaining
Crying
about the
dogs
barking.
and
And,
barking.
yeah,
Yeah, that would be awful.
yeah, if it's all inside, at least the walls will muffle the sound.
Yeah, that would not be pleasant.
They're here. Parcel is here. Is rezoned, and I think they also got a special use permit from, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Not, you're down here, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
You're on Fayette, but on the other end, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Did you see?
Right there in the,
Right, let's see, just lost us on 15,000 is us, and this is their parcel. It's a rather substantially sized parcel.
yeah, sure is.
They're gonna have a lot of landscaping and buffers and stuff around, but hopefully, and the building is actually gonna be set back here in the middle of the property behind where the houses are.
Should be
Again.
popular, too.
I'm given to understand they've already got kind of a backlog and waiting list
I
of
bet.
people wanting
That's
I wouldn't doubt it.
that service, so.
nice.
So we'll see what the building looks like next time.
Yeah, we talked about some things, they had some pictures. They did start with a residential building, and they sort of gave that to their architect, and they said, time to look residential.
Okay.
They've got the palette, so I'm pretty sure they'll have everything in order by,
Okay.
that may be the only thing.
Okay, anything more for new business? Okay, then we'll move on to agenda item 5, old business. Since there's only 3 of us here, like you said, no use going into the entrance signs. We'll slate that for next meeting. And that's about the only thing
And
associated
you want that
with
under old business for next time, or is it new business?
It's old business.
Is
It's
it?
been on the task list. It's kind of been dwindling there for 2 years now, so
Did you all also, at one point, I had something on my desk about bylaws. Did you all adopt bylaws, or do you still need to, or is that something that's kind of on your radar at all?
Well, it's been suggested out there. As a matter of fact, I think I put together some bylaws for people to look at, but it kind of got shelved. I think through discussions with Marchant, he was like, well, you really don't need them, but you could use them if you want them, and so we couldn't get any real good direction on it. I think it could be something tossed around by the members if they feel we should have bylaws, or at least something that kind of states.
Yeah, I could email you what I have in the folder, if you like, or if you still have what you had, if you would get it to me, I'll make sure everybody has it, if they want to talk about it.
Okay, yeah.
I'd be interested to see them.
Okay.
Yeah, because, I mean, you know, it lays out a lot of things that might be unknown to anybody new coming in, like, you know, what authorities we have, what authorities we don't have, you know, how the board's structured. And
Yeah.
so, yeah.
That would be helpful.
All right. I will see to that as well.
Okay, but other than that, we're up for adjournment. Do I have a motion?
You have a motion. I motion to adjourn our meeting tonight.
Okay,
I
motion.
second the motion.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Adjourn at 6 till 9. 8:54.
Wonderful.
Okay. Now, Susanna, previously, you had signatures on your